belated birthday party for the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, a man who tried to make this world a better place for all people to live in. At this time, we're going to have a selection coming from the students in grade 4. Our guest speaker, Ms. Colgrave.
We are pleased to have Reverend Jeffrey M. as our guest speaker today. He received his undergraduate and graduate degree from Yale University. He is presently a candidate for a doctor's degree. Reverend Lee is married with a wife and 3 children. Reverend Lee's wife is a medical doctor. Reverend Lee is pastor of Mount Zion AME Church in Norristown. We welcome Reverend Lee as our guest speaker today.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy Martin Luther King's Day, one day late to you. Today we want to talk for just a couple of minutes about things we need to grow. Things we need to grow. Can you say that after me? Things we need to grow.
Things we need to grow.
Very good. And that's what you want to remember, because when mom and dad ask you what you did today, you tell them that some guy came to school and talked about things we need to grow. Okay? Now, what is this?
Flower.
Flower. What kind of flower? What is it called? A rose. Very good. What is this? A rose. These are both roses. Now this one isn't real, but this one is. And the one that's not real is made to look like the way roses are supposed to look. It looks like it's growing and fresh and alive, and it looks that way even though it isn't. This one, what's wrong with it?
It's dying.
Is dead or dying. Yes. And you can tell that it's dead because, one, it's drooped over. The inside is still nice and bright and red, but on the outside is kind of dirty and yucky looking. And these leaves, look at how these leaves are all dried up. And look at how these leaves are all wide and bright. So that this one that isn't even alive and never was looks better than this one. You know what happened to this rose? The person who got this rose didn't put it in any water. And in order for this rose to be what it's supposed to be, which is pretty, like this rose, it needed to be in water so it could open up, and so it could smell good, and so it could look pretty, and so it could be everything that was made to be. It needed some water. And you know what? There are some things that you and I need in life we don't get them, we'll shrivel up and be ugly and yucky just like this rose. Now all of us are supposed to be bright and beautiful, the way this rose would have been if it had been put in water. But instead, we may end up being ugly and yucky because we don't get the things we need to grow. Well, there are a lot of things that we might need to grow, and some of them are physical things like food and water, those things, air to breathe. But let's talk about just 3 different things on this celebration of Martin Luther King Day. First is, we need a chance. You can't grow if you don't have a chance. You can't be something in life if you don't have a chance. This rose never got a chance because no one put it in water. And so if we want to grow, we need a chance. I know a lot of these young men, I see them out on the playground, and when everybody else is playing baseball, they want to take the bat, and they say, give me a chance. Give me a chance, let me show you that I can hit the ball. When I was growing up, hopscotch was a big game. I don't know if many of you play hopscotch anymore. A few of you do. But how can you ever show that you can play hopscotch if no one ever gives you a chance? So you need a chance. If you're going to be what you're supposed to be, if you're going to make it, if you're going to live in life, you need a chance. Martin Luther King believed that everybody needs a chance. One of the worst things that can happen to you in life, Martin Luther King would say, is that people already decide that I can't do what I know I can do if only I had a chance. The second thing you need to have a desire to learn. A desire to learn. See, just like water would make this rose alive, knowledge makes us alive. Knowledge gives color to us. It makes us interesting. Knowledge helps us to go about life and understanding the things around us. If you don't learn, if you don't have any knowledge, you're going to shrivel up and die and be yucky just like this rose. And so when we come to school, we want to pay attention. And not only do we want to know what the teacher tries to teach us, we want to know more. We want to go and we want to look at books and we want to listen to music, all kinds of music, not just rap music. All kinds of instruments, not just keyboards and electric guitars and drums, and violins and cellos and French horns. Because we want to be interesting. We want to be alive. We don't want to be yucky and shriveled up. Then thirdly and finally, not only do you need to learn, and not only do you need a chance, but you need to believe in yourself. See, some of us have already killed ourselves by not believing in ourselves, by not believing that we can be a beautiful rose instead of a yucky rose. And so we've got to believe in ourselves. Many of you have heard for a long, long time since you were little babies about the little engine that could. I think I can, I think I can. And so you've got to believe in yourself. If you are going to have the things that you need to live, that means you've got to have a chance. That means that you have got to learn. And it means that you are going to have to believe in yourself. Every day. Even when others don't believe in you, even when others don't think that it's possible, even when others don't think that you can. And if you believe in yourself, there won't be anything artificial about you. You'll be real. And you won't be yucky, but you'll be pretty. Because you'll have the things that you need to live. You'll have a chance, you'll learn, and you'll believe in yourself. And then Martin Luther King's dream will be alive in you. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Luke, for that enlightening lesson for our boys and girls in kindergarten through second grade. Now we are ready to hear hear the fourth graders sing again for us.
Someday, oh, this is my Elementary School and Norristown Area High School join Governor Casey and Mayor Good in the fight against drugs. Here are roving reporters with the full story and interviews with both.
Ready to roll tape B and roll tape B.
I'm Cindy McNeil. Last month we met Governor Casey in a crack house in Philadelphia, where he dedicated funds from the new Pen Free project for the fight against drugs in the Pennsylvania school districts. Students from the Norristown Area School District, specifically Gail Capelli's 5th grade class from Marshall Street Elementary School, and members of Ernie Hadrick's Fight Against Drug program from the high school participated in a march up 39th and Haverford Street to Haverford Center, where they witnessed Governor Casey give his speech.
Down with dope! Down with dope! Down with dope! Up with dope! Down with dope! Up with dope! Down with dope! Up with dope! Kids right there. No more drugs! No more pain! We don't need your crack cocaine! No more drugs! No more pain! We don't need your crack cocaine! No more drugs! No more pain! We don't need your crack cocaine!
I'm Andrea Patty from Norristown Television. How would you like to see the Pen Free funds used in Village?
I think that the governor has designed a way of prevention, education, and enforcement, and that's a very good use of the funds. Funding directly neighborhood groups is an excellent way to use these funds, and I think that the governor is on the right track with that.
Thank you. Do you have a few words for the youth of Norristown?
My few words is stay away from drugs. Drugs will lead you only to two places, to jail or to your graveyard, and you don't want either.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much. Mr. Casey, do you have a minute?
Sure, let's do it now. Yeah, I just have to say good.
Cindy McNeil from Norristown Area High School.
Yeah.
And you mentioned us. I'd like to know, why have you come here today?
We were here today to announce the first grant of state money to community-based groups that are going to work with schools and young people in the war on drugs to help young people from getting hooked on drugs in the first place. It's one of the first times in the history of Pennsylvania that money's come directly to grassroots neighborhood organizations, and we're very proud of that. It's part of Pen Free, which is the Pennsylvania Drug-Free Community Fund program that I sponsored in the legislature last year. We got $90 million in new money to fight drugs all across Pennsylvania.
And in what ways would you hope these funds would be used?
Well, they're going to be used to enable the schools to work with community organizations in counseling young people, giving young people help and assistance when they have a problem, urging them to stay drug-free and not get hooked in the first place. That's really the challenge, to help young people so they don't get hooked in the first place.
And in a message to Team Fed and all the other young people here, do you have any words of advice to give them?
The best words of advice I can give them come directly from the hearings we held all across our state on drug and alcohol abuse. And that is that drugs and alcohol can destroy your life and will destroy your life. And you simply cannot get involved with them. You've got to stay drug and alcohol free if you want to be happy, if you want to be safe, if you want to be successful and a productive citizen.
Thank you very much.
After the mayor spoke, two fifth graders, Stephanie Beluski and Rakita Hill, presented the public servants with awards that recognize their efforts in the fight against drugs.
Ready to start deck B and roll deck B.
From the 35 drug fighting organizations of Philadelphia. He made a promise to Philadelphia that drugs were less frequent than anyone in the state of Pennsylvania. These were not only spoken words. He denied. He did what the Indians said the British never did. That is, you put your iron to work. If you're in church today, to friends and friends alike that drugs will not be tolerated in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Your outstanding leadership in making Penn Free a reality has set an example for 49 other governors to follow.
sat and wondered why drugs had engulfed their city. You took direct action and formulated durable resistance. We thank you for your community policing policy, which has become an effective model for the nation. The contributions you made to ensure that Tennessee will be a reality will not be forgotten. Your consistent light and day involvement in this battle is a sign of your true drugs, is your true community to the liberation of our city from the ravings of drugs. With your strong leadership, the words joint resistance are not written in smoke, but are impressed on the heart of every drug fighter who enters the street night and day in order to produce for their children a society which is free of drugs. Thank you again and again and again. The 35 Street Vital Anti-Drug Coalition, Youth of Philadelphia.
I'm Simon Tarr, and this is Valerie Sandler, and we'd like to thank you for tuning into the Norristown Area School District Spotlight Show. And just remember, next time the Spotlight camera may be highlighting you.
Ready to roll credits and roll ending credits.